The brash, superhuman crime fighter Rex Splode came from humble origins. Born into a desperately poor family, young Rex lived a life of hunger and want that lasted until a nameless government agent made an offer to his family that they could not refuse. So, when he was a young kid, he committed a theft and then attempted to escape from his pursuers, which included a store clerk and the police. After he gets into an alley, he is hit with a concussion grenade. A man reveals himself to Rex, asking him if he knew it was wrong to steal. Rex replies with him saying that he must steal to eat. The man responds by asking if his parents know if he's stealing, with the latter responding, "Who do you think sent me?" Soon, he arrived home for his father to complain that he wasn't able to get something heartier. Their conversation is cut short by the entrance of the same man who had met Rex in the alley. Bringing food, this man revealed himself to be named Radcliffe, a government personnel. He brings a suitcase and offers Rex's parents a large sum of money in exchange for Rex. Rex's father hastily agrees to the offer, and Rex goes with Radcliffe to his new home. Rex would train daily by doing acrobatic and combat exercises. He would also receive injections to enhance himself. He would then prep for a surgery to give him his power. The surgery would be a success, and a robot would explain to Rex how his powers would work. Radcliffe would then send Rex on several jobs, committing theft, assassination, and arson. Radcliffe would then give him a mission to destroy the Pentagon. On his way to the Pentagon, he would encounter Atom Eve after she had stopped an attempted burglary. At first, he was going to attack her, but decided not to. Asking for her help, he states that he is questioning the morals of his boss, Director Radcliffe. Then they stop Atom Eve's villain, Killcannon, and they head to Eve's house. The next morning, Rex heads to the Pentagon and leaves a note for Eve. He decides to not destroy the Pentagon, leaving a note for Cecil Stedman. He heads back to his apartment and begins to move out. He stops by to look at a wall of photos only to be interrupted by an upset Radcliffe. Noticing that he didn't do his mission, he yells at Rex and slaps him. Radcliffe reminds him of everything he's done for him. Radcliffe grabs his neck and lectures him. Wishing to stop him, Rex shoves Radcliffe's face and touches his glasses, charging them with potential energy. Knowing what he did, he warns Radcliffe not to touch his glasses, but he does so anyway, and the glasses cause an explosion, making his head explode. After this death, Rex thinks fast and destroys the facility, hoping to leave no evidence of its existence. He leaves for Eve's house and tells her about it. Eve comforts him and asks him if he blew up the facility. They head back, hoping for assurance. They notice that Steven Erikson, the head of the government that experimented on Eve, is leading the salvaging team. Eve gives Rex a costume and interrupts the salvaging. Erikson notices them and they attack the duo. Eve draws their fire and Rex goes to explode objects. They regroup and Rex ignites a pipe under the facility. They are interrupted by Erikson, asking Rex to join him. Rex refuses, saying all he needs is Eve. He grabs Eve and the facility explodes. They kiss as they shield themselves from the blast, marking their intimate relationship. They escape and head to a tailor, a known store where costumed heroes receive their clothing. Rex receives his new costume, but soon Eve storms out after a comment Rex made. Eve then reveals Erikson's role in Eve's life, and she also reveals that she accidentally erased his memories. Around Christmas time, Rex begins to start looking for his old family. While Eve leaves to talk to her parents, Rex goes to his parents' location. He lights a rock, attempting to kill them, but after noticing that they are happy and they have 2 children together, he decides not to do it. Eve flies to his location and they leave the location. Months later, they interrupt a Lizard League operation, kindling their teammate relationship. Soon, Rex and Eve join the Teen Team, a group of teenage superheroes led by Robot. Then a few years later, when the Flaxans attacked Earth, Rex and the Guardians of the Globe met Invincible. Later, when the Flaxans came back, they had found a way to resist the time stream, but with the help of Invincible, they managed to find their weakness and drive them back. Later, Atom Eve makes it to Teen Team's headquarters, where she sees Duplicate, who is acting suspiciously after a shower. Eve takes a look inside the shower and sees Rex moaning and kissing Duplicate's twins, which makes her furious. However, Kate tells her that Rex had told her that she was now dating Invincible, which she says is not true. Then Eve faces a very strong man at the tryouts and defeats him quickly, showing a lot of anger. Invincible asks Rex Splode what was going on with her, but he simply mentions he does not know. In the end, Robot introduces the new Guardians: Black Samson, Shrinking Ray, Duplicate, Monster Girl, which makes Rex laugh since she was small, but Monster Girl asks if there was not a dick size requirement. Rex gets angry and makes his arm light up, but she punches him with a huge arm before he could do it. She transforms into a big, green, human-like being and hits him once again. Rex gets angry and uses his powers, but his powers turned out to be useless against Monster Girl. As she punched Rex, Invincible stopped her and told her to cut it out, but was simply thrown in another direction. Angry, he flies in her direction and hits her so hard that she changes back into a little girl. He apologizes for having hit her, but she says that it is fine since she always got angry when called a little girl. She also apologizes to Rex for her dick joke. Robot once again introduces Monster Girl as a guardian and tells them that Rex would also join once he recovered. After that, he mentioned that Atom Eve would be the last member, telling them that he would be announcing it publicly later. But Eve tells him that she cannot be on the same team as Rex and Kate and leaves. Then, Robot tells the new Guardians that when forensic investigations concluded, they would move into the Guardians' headquarters. He tells them their schedule, and Rex complains that their training was too early, and they did not even need it. However, Robot tells him that they are no longer Teen Team, and Black Samson tells him he needs experience. Rex points out that if Black Samson had not lost his powers, he might have been able to help the past Guardians, which angers him. Black Samson tells him to watch it and tells Robot they needed a leader they could look in the eye and not ones and zeros, saying that he could be the leader instead. However, Rex once again mentions that Black Samson had lost his powers and wondered why they needed to put up with him. Eve takes down her pictures with Rex and cries as she does so. When she goes outside, she sees fireworks and makes some of her own while smiling. She meets Rex, who tells her he knew he had screwed up, but did not know why since he loved her. He asks for a do-over, but Eve wishes him luck with his new team and leaves. Later, Robot is interrupted from watching the Mauler twin work by Rex, who welcomes him to the new Guardian's new base. Black Samson mentions it is good to be home again, which annoys Rex since he does not enjoy hearing him say he was an original member of the Guardians of the Globe. Soon, Cecil walks in, and Rex tells him that he had missed a spot when cleaning blood, but Cecil tells them that he had left that there as a reminder and would get cleaned off when they proved themselves to be worthy of the heroes that had come before. Monster Girl asks Rex if they are cool, and he says they are since she had beaten him up in front of assholes. Robot walks up to Rex and tells him not to let his personal life meddle with his professional one, since it was his fault they were alienating Atom Eve and did not want it to happen with Monster Girl. Rex tells him that when he grows a pair, then he can tell him how to swing his. However, Robot mentions that he was giving him an order, patting him on the shoulder with a needle, which slightly hurt Rex. Later, the new Guardians of the Globe celebrate a victory against the Lizard League. They all celebrate with beers, except for Robot and Black Samson, who emits a high frequency which shatters their bottles. He tells them that people were in the hospital because they had not fought as a team. They go through the fight, and Black Samson lectures them on what they could have done to save lives, but Rex was unhappy and told him they have done their best and won. Later, as Mark tries getting up while taking down Machine Head, who had hired supervillains, he is thrown once again. Machine Head celebrates, but mentions he was getting a signal as the Guardians of the Globe show up. They mentioned that Cecil had gotten an anonymous call and would take it from there. Machine Head tells his supervillains to kill the Guardians, and they swiftly defeat them. Battle Beast mentions he believed Earth had worthy opponents and told Invincible that killing him would be an act of mercy. Black Samson tries to shoot at him, but fails, and Invincible is struck in his stomach and stops responding. Black Samson gets up and runs toward Battle Beast, who rips his hand from his wrist and throws him, cracking his head. Monster Girl tries to defeat Battle Beast as well, but is also swiftly defeated. After some time, Monster Girl is welcomed back by the Guardians, who hug her. Rex tells them all they should party, handing her a milk carton that has beer in it. Monster Girl asks Black Samson why he has gotten his powers back, and he tells her he thinks it was because he was putting up with Rex. Robot tells her he is glad she has recovered and tells her he would never let her die. Later, Robot presents himself as Rudolph Connors, saying Robot was simply a drone he controlled remotely. Kate asks how they could know he was telling the truth, and Robot says they could ask him anything. Rex asks why he looks like him, but Robot told him to wait. Rudy tells the Guardians everything that had happened, but Rex still wants to know why he had picked his body, and everybody also thought it was wrong that he had not asked Rex first. The Guardians watch as the fight between Omni-Man and Invincible unfolds. Black Samson tells them to gear up, because even if they could not stop the fight, they could save lives. Later, the Guardians return to their bunker, exhausted. Rex walks up to the blood stain on the wall and begins to clean it, but Black Samson tells him that they hadn't earned it yet. Rex tells him to fuck off, but as Black Samson grabs him, telling him to stop, the Guardians all get into an offensive position to defend Rex, which prompts Samson to finally believe that they felt like a team and joins him in cleaning the blood off the wall. 1 month after the Omni-Man incident, Rex and the rest of the Guardians are dealing with a giant creature attacking the city. After subduing the giant, Cecil appoints the revived Immortal as leader of the Guardians of the Globe, while Rex sarcastically applauds him for his obviously planned entrance, along with a new hero Bulletproof for more muscle. After insulting Bulletproof for his name, calling it obvious, he hits back at Rex, telling him that his name, Rex Splode, sounds like some grade school shit, and asks if he needed help coming up with it, leaving Rex embarrassed. In the aftermath of a battle, Invincible had, with the Mauler twins and Levy, Rex and the rest of the Guardians of the Globe, arrive at the scene, stating that Invincible really lives up to his name, considering he survived an explosion mostly unscathed. Rex, along with Cecil, reassures Invincible that he was fighting an unprecedented threat, while the latter laments on the outcome of the fight. Then, after a training session with the Guardians, Rex is completely tired out, complaining to the Immortal about his harsh methods, with him only responding by saying they need to get used to it. Rex later goes for a shower, where he hears Kate. When he tries to flirt with her, he finds her along with the Immortal making love to each other, similar to how Eve learned about Rex and Kate. When Rex insults the Immortal for his relationship with Kate, she simply claims that they were never a couple, but she and the Immortal are, leaving Rex perplexed and a little jealous. Then, Rex, along with the rest of the Guardians, was sent to stop an attack on a bio-research lab in Dallas that was being orchestrated by the Lizard League. During their mission, they encountered what seemed to be another Rex. Rex immediately blames Robot before the imposter reveals himself to be another superhero by the name of Shapesmith. After defeating the League with Shapesmith's help, he gets shown around their base of operations by the Immortal, with Rex sarcastically saying that he should show him the shower, obviously still bitter about last time. Robot is unconvinced that they should take him into their ranks right away, but Shapesmith tells them a fake origin story of how he got his powers and eventually gains their trust to join the team. After getting surrounded by Duplicate's copies, she started to talk with Rex. Rex asserts that the Immortal is 2,000 years old, with Kate stating that the sum of her life and the lives of the clones puts her at roughly the same age. She also clarifies that he's the only person who has died as many times as she has, and it might not mean anything to him but is important to her, something the Immortal understands and Rex doesn't. Shapesmith soon enters the room, interrupting their conversation to run in a stationary location. Rex, still confused about his origin, asks him where he really came from. However, Shapesmith dodges the question and does a jog backward on the treadmill. 2 months later, Rex was seen fighting Omniptonus and helped in defeating him. Rex then was seen along with the other Guardians, discovering Shapesmith's identity and decided on a plan to bring Atom Eve to the team. He goes to her house, and at first Eve questions why he's here. Rex admits that everyone has made mistakes, including him. Eve is still undergoing constant stress from when she foolishly fought Kill Cannon and nearly got people killed. But Rex talks with her and makes Eve happy and motivated to help the Guardians with the Sequids. While they leave, Rex Splode tells the Guardians that they will succeed with Eve, but if they don't, the world B will be destroyed. The remaining Guardians, him, Ray, and Kate, watch as the shuttle leaves Earth, and the three decide to do nothing but order a pizza. At first, Ray says they should monitor Earth alerts, but Rex denies as nothing will happen. this is proven a false statement, as Cecil sends the Three to deal with a missile attack by none other than the Lizard League. With Ray's help, the Guardians are able to enter the facility and attack the Lizard League. Rex tells them their deaths are imminent as he needs to get a pizza real soon. Ray is able to kill Salamander, while Komodo Dragon kills Kate and devours and kills shrinking Ray within him, leaving Rex Splode alone to fend for himself. Rex, being the last Guardian standing, desperately attacks with everything. He kills Iguana with a blasted charge he'd thrown and Komodo with a charge in his hand after being bitten off by him, resulting in Komodo's head being blown apart. Left severely beaten, tired, and now with only one hand he begins spiraling and breaks down in sobs and laughter. Then Lizard King steps out holding a gun to his head, where an angered Rex tells him to just do it. King Lizard shoots Rex Splode and walks all over the corpse of the Lizard League and Duplicate, telling the US government his demands. But then Rex starts moving, still alive after getting shot in the skull. Rex notices King Lizard talking and charges multiple attacks upon him and makes his face a grotesque bloody pulp and continues beating him senseless until the GDA arrives. Rex faints and the agents inspect the entire area. Later, Rex is seen under intense care and seen in stable condition. Rex admits to Invincible he has finally seen the truth and cannot believe it took him being blasted in the skull to realize he has been nothing more than a bastard to people, and that both Eve and Kate deserved better than him. Mark also opens up about troubles with his girlfriend Amber. Later, Rex, becoming frustrated with being confined to the hospital, breaks out and heads to a warehouse and tries to stop a space thug named Octobos. He has trouble and is shaking, but tries to pull himself together. Invincible arrives and tries to help, but Rex wants to fight Octobos himself. Rex throws countless projectiles but is out of options until his new hand opens a cylinder-like weapon that he charges at Octobos and successfully defeats him. Rex would fight a villain by the name of Mastermind, a villain with the power to control minds. He and the others are overwhelmed until Invincible arrives to stop him. Rex would appear in the Guardians of the Globe locker room. He discusses Duplicate marrying the Immortal with Bulletproof. He goes on to say that Duplicate never talks and all she likes is sex. Bulletproof reminds him that isn't that what he like about her. Rex would go to say that Eve is more marriage material than Kate. Rex would then assist in stopping Dr. Seismic from escaping prison. They go to the base to celebrate Immortal and Kate's marriage. Rex would congratulate them with Kate thanking him, mentioning that they would still be together if he was more like that. Later, when Invincible came under attack by the Guardian's government handler, Cecil, and his reaniman, Rex realized that Invincible was truly in danger, so he immediately joined his friend's side. Thus, he helped him defeat the reaniman. Rex and the other former team members then quit the Guardians of the Globe in retaliation for Cecil's questionable actions. Rex and the other departing members of the Guardians returned to their Team HQ to form a new independent team. Yet, they never settled on a name. When the Invincible War began, they were attacked by one of the Invincible counterparts who badly mauled the team. Making the ultimate sacrifice, Rex distracted the alternate evil Invincible long enough for his teammates to get clear. He then charged the only thing he had left to attack with, his own skeleton. The resulting explosion killed both Rex and the Invincible counterpart. Later, many heroes attended Rex's funeral in the aftermath of the Invincible War. His teammate Robot, who had replaced his original disfigured organic body with a clone of Rex's body, announced that he was taking the name Rex as a way of honoring his fallen friend. So yeah, this is how the story of Rex Splode comes to an end.